Hello, and thank you for offering to serve as a volunteer for Shemer Art Center Summer Camp Program. The Shemer Art Center Summer Camp Program is held Mondays to Fridays from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Classes offered include drawing, painting, and ceramics. Each week's camp ends with a group photo, an art show for the parents, and ice cream. As a morning volunteer, you should plan to arrive at 8:30 a.m. on your first day and no later than 8:45 a.m. for your remaining shifts. As an afternoon volunteer, you should plan to arrive at 12:15 on your first day and no later than 12:30 for your remaining shifts. Upon arrival, you will sign in and be given a name tag. On your first day, you will also be provided with a short orientation, which will include a tour of your designated volunteering area. We also ask that all volunteers wear their Shemer Art Center volunteering shirt, which looks like this, so if you don't have one, please let us know in advance. You'll want to bring a water bottle and a lunch if you're volunteering in the morning, and a water bottle and a snack if you're volunteering in the afternoon. A hat and maybe some sunscreen is also advisable as the breaks are held outside. In the mornings, volunteers will greet the students, invite them to set down their lunch, and wash their hands. Volunteers must monitor the students as they wash their hands to ensure that each student does so, and one at a time. Once they have finished, direct them back to the classroom and to have a seat. The instructor will then greet the students and bring around hand sanitizer to tables while directing a project to get started with, which is things such as free draw, portfolio, or informational surveys. Once all students have arrived and are seated in the classroom, volunteers should sanitize the sink area and the faucets. During class, volunteers will help the instructors as needed. As well, volunteers should help to maintain mask and social distancing protocols. In the classroom, students must stay 3 feet apart at all times, and if students wish to leave the classroom, they must be escorted by a volunteer. If the student needs to use the restroom, the volunteer must escort them to the restroom, and once they have finished, the volunteer will clean the restroom. Each class has a designated restroom. If a student needs to take a mask break, the volunteer will take the student to the designated break area and wait there for a few minutes with the student. During breaks, volunteers will take the students to their designated break areas. When going out for lunch or break, the volunteers must make sure that students keep a distance of 6 feet apart while eating, which is about arm's length. Staff will then sanitize the classrooms for the next class. Remember, in warm weather, the students must stay out for a minimum of 10 minutes, which is just enough time for the inside the classrooms to be sanitized. So after 25 minutes or less, dependent on the weather, the volunteers then round up the students, escort them inside to their next classrooms. The volunteer then should stay with the students in that classroom until break ends and the instructor has returned. At this time, they might have something to work on, or you can entertain with them with a game. Once the break is over and the instructor has returned, the volunteer then goes back to the classroom that they started in. At day's end, we ask the volunteers to stay to assist the instructors with cleaning up the classroom or supplies as needed. This completes our volunteer guideline. Thank you again for offering to serve as a volunteer for the Shemer Art Center Summer Camp Program.